Good afternoon, everybody. David here, and this is for week number 38 for the 21st to the 27th of September. And this is everything that's going on in tabletopping this week. Holy cow, last week was a great week. Had character creation for Pathfinder, had an impromptu character introduction, introduced 3 new players, had our first D&D 5e out of the Abyss game last week. Oh my goodness, last week was such a busy and it was such a good week. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with this week's grab bag. Pulling some mail out of here. And these are comments that I usually talk about, or emails that I get, or comments that I see in the Twitch channel. So the first one is from the contact button, and it is from a guy that was the name was Knob Gobbler US, and I laugh every time I see this name, but it's Knob Gobbler US. And Knob Gobbler US says, Dave, your Roll20 tutorials are friggin' awesome, and I have recently gone to Fantasy Grounds because it looked so awesome to watch you play your games when you were using it. He said, I checked on your website, I checked on your YouTube channel, and I noticed that there are no Fantasy Grounds tutorials. He says, please, are you going to be doing tutorials like you did in Roll20? Because it made my life as a dungeon master much easier. And I replied back and I said, yes, for sure. I'll be doing some Fantasy Grounds tutorials, and we'll probably start doing some things introducing the basics of Fantasy Grounds on Wednesday night. I think I feel proficient enough now to start doing some very basic stuff with Fantasy Grounds. So yes, to answer your question, Knob Gobbler US, we will be doing a lot of Fantasy Grounds tutorials. That name just kills me. All right, so another one is from one of the guys that always talks on the comments, Lars over across the pond. He's been away for a good while. I guess he's been working a lot, and he checked out the 5e game last week, and he said the game was great, and he can't wait to see the demons and the devils and whatnot. And I replied back to him, I said, keep rocking that beastly goatee. I mean, Lars, he has got this massive goatee. I mean, this thing is like Kerry King, like, goatee. I mean, this thing is like crazy. So keep rocking that goat, man. And the last for the day, and this is from Freshman 421, and this is a YouTube comment, and he also watched the D&D 5e game this week, and he said, man, that session was so good, and I can't wait for more. And I replied back and said, I can't either, because honestly, guys, the players from last Sunday, they really did a great job, and I think they really kicked a lot of butt. So Chapter 1 in Out of the Abyss is really not that big of a chapter, and especially seeing that I'm modifying it a little bit, and I'm going to be bringing NPCs and Drow in from Velkenvelv down the line. So I think it's going to play out really good. I'm really excited, and I can't wait to play all of my games, man. So that's everything in the grab bag. Sometimes it's questions on character creation for 5e, sometimes it's stuff for Fantasy Grounds, sometimes it's just comments. I'll put together about 10 or 12 good things, and then I'll just take 3 out. But man, that name Knob Gobbler, wow. Unbelievable. So in a couple weeks, I'm going to be doing a 24-hour stream. That's right, a 24-hour Dungeons and Dragons stream. It's going to start on October 1st at noon and end October 2nd at noon. And this is going to be the 24 hours leading up to the official D&D 48-hour stream that they're going to be doing for Extra Life. And my charity, that's all of my proceeds that are going to go to, is the Arnold Palmer's Children's Hospital of Florida. And a lot of parents are I've said this last week, a lot of parents are not fortunate as I was, or maybe as you were with your children, and they need help. And that's what the Arnold Palmer's Children's Hospital is there for, so is to help children, to help families with children that really need help. and I'm glad that 100% of this money is going to go to Arnold Palmer's. Really happy to do it. I'm going to do this every year from here on out, so definitely a good thing. So, like I said, it's going to be October 1st to the 2nd from noon to noon. I'm going to have all kinds of giveaways. Wizards of the Coast is actually sending me some stuff to also give away as well. And I'm going to have a reward level that you can actually, when you make donations, you'll be able to purchase perks for the games and stuff. So I'm hoping, if everything goes good, I'm going to run my Princes of Apocalypse game for about 8 hours. And then I'll probably take a break for a little bit, and then I'll do 8 hours of probably Out of the Abyss. And then I'll do some other stuff, do a little bit of other stuff, maybe a couple tutorials and whatnot. So, but we'll just kind of play it by ear. But it's definitely going to be 24 hours, and I'm looking forward to doing that. So, October 3rd. This is the day after my 24-hour marathon. I've been invited to Shane Plays radio show podcast out of Arkansas, and it's going to be October 3rd at 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central, and I'll also have a link down in the comments section down there for you. Probably tweet it out a couple more times. So, which leads me into the next thing you guys have been seeing me tweet quite a bit lately, which is the Fantasy Grounds interview with the owner and CEO, Doug Davison. He will be in the chat tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern, and he's going to be discussing all kinds of things Fantasy Grounds, and we'll be also doing an open Q&A for everyone in the chat. So if you have questions, please feel free to stop by the chat and ask Doug. And plus I have a couple things that I'm going to be bringing up as well, and I think it's going to be a good time. This will be the first time that Doug is going to be onto the stream, and hopefully we'll have him back in the future. So also I want to talk about, I mentioned last week that I could actually officially say that I will be having a couple more Wizards of the Coast interviews. They will be probably in November or December. Now, these interviews are going to be with the developers at Wizards of the Coast. I can't give you names yet. I can't give you times because that is still being worked out. But I will have one interview or with two people, or two interviews with one person. So just letting you guys know that. Look for that in November, December. I'll be streaming that live on the Twitch channel. So the next thing is Sword Coast Legends. Man, Sword Coast Legends was so fun this weekend. I really ran myself ragged playing Sword Coast Legends. It was really taxing, but I'll tell you what, it was worth every second of it. The game is in alpha right now, and it was in a closed alpha this weekend. But I'll tell you what, from what is out in that game, all the options that they have, it is a pretty solid game for alpha phase. Sure, there's some things that probably need to be adjusted, probably some things that need to be added, but for a base game, it's really good. And man, I like DM mode more than I like players mode. So I can see already that my days on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays are going to be dedicated to nothing but Sword Coast Legends, and that's going to give me an opportunity to Dungeon Master for people that are not able to play in games and stuff, and it's going to be so cool. I just can't wait. So now the last thing I want to talk to you about is the Twitch VODs. I went through, spent a lot of time basically saving all of the VODs if anything was pertinent, as in games or workshops, whatever. I went through a ton of videos. So I had it turned off to where only subscribers could watch them, because it was very unorganized, and I would put it off for weeks, if not a month at a time. So I'm not doing that anymore. It's back open. Everything is up to date, so everybody's able to watch stuff on YouTube. Not only YouTube, but on Twitch as well. So, all right, what's going on this week? 4 games. This is the first week back to 4 games a week. I'm looking forward to it. I've been working really hard on the Pathfinder game. I've been putting quite a bit of time into that. I'm actually almost done with the entire first leg of the adventure, and this is going to be like a 5-leg adventure. It's going to be really fun. It's a Well, it's going to be one. We'll start with Wednesday, but Wednesday is going to be a Dungeon Master workshop, and I'm going to start that at 8. I'm going to end it at about 9:15, 9:20, and then I'm going to take a break, and I'm going to wait for Doug, and then as soon as Doug Davison gets on, we'll do the interview probably around 10 p.m. So there's going to be about a half an hour there where I'm going to probably play music for everyone and just basically wait for Doug to get on Skype, and then we're going to go live. So, but that's going to be Wednesday. So don't forget that Fantasy Grounds interview is going to be really good on Wednesday. Now, what's going on Thursday is our Pathfinder Gestalt game. This last week we did character creation, and we actually ended really early, and we went ahead and did an impromptu character basically introduction on how they met. And it went really good. It was really funny. If you guys haven't seen it yet, I just got that episode up last night or day before yesterday or something like that. But that's up, and we'll be running this Pathfinder game every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And this game is going to go until probably the end of January, and then after that probably pick it up probably about a month later or so. Now for Friday is 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it is going to be Princes of the Apocalypse, Dungeons and Dragons 5th Edition. This is going to be our 13th or 14th session for that, and the party is delving their way throughout the crypts and the mines on the bottom of the Sacred Stone Monastery. Saturday is Titan's Grave. Been really having a good time with Titan's Grave, really enjoying the Fantasy Age system, and we'll be continuing with that, which is session 5 this Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern. And then finally, last but not least, Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern, we'll be doing our Out of the Abyss game, and this will be session number 2. The party has just escaped Velkenvelv, and they are going down the West Corridor. So what danger is going to be lurking in the Underdark as we start next Sunday's game? So that's it for me, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't think I've rambled on too much. This has been actually a pretty short This Week in Tabletopping. So you guys know the deal. Leave comments down below if you have any questions about any game system that I'm familiar with. I'll ask them. Please like the channel. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you guys very much for your support. I appreciate it. And until next Monday or Tuesday, I will see you then.